Hey, what's going on, you guys? The Keith Carnes here, and today decided to bring the 28th episode of Is It Real here because I've been reading up on a story and a certain story I heard of got me interested in other stories of parallel universes. Now, if you're not familiar with what that is, I'll read in a minute. If you're wondering what's going on with my nose, I got a cut there, and it looks ridiculous because it's on the very end of my nose. But nonetheless, I wanted to make a video regardless of the annoying nose injury here. So, yeah, that's what that is. So anyway. So, a parallel universe or alternate reality is a hypothetical or fictional self-contained separate reality coexisting with one's own. A specific group of parallel universes is called a multiverse, although this term can also be used to describe the possible parallel universes that constitute reality, with the terms parallel universe and alternative reality are generally interchangeably in most cases, blah blah blah. There was sometimes an additional whatever applied alternative. So basically, it's another reality. Like, it's similar to this reality that we live in, but there's differences. And basically what I mean by differences, best way I can describe it, is that story that guy came out with, claiming that he visited an alternate reality, a parallel universe where the Beatles, if you're not familiar with the Beatles, I suggest you stop living under your rock. He went to a universe where they never broke up, and the members that are dead never died, which would include John Lennon, who was murdered. Most or all of you should know. So, it got me thinking, could this be a reality? Could it be possible to somehow get into these other universes and live in a reality where stuff is different? Now, of course, this guy's story is obviously bullshit, because I heard people say he brought back a cassette tape. And by the way, if you're interested in visiting this guy's site, if you're interested in reading the story that he wrote, which I did, and go and even listen to the music there, and you can download the music, which I downloaded some of the songs into my PS3 just to listen to them, just out of the curiosity of what it sounded like. You can easily just Google "The Beatles Never Broke Up" and you'll find it. I'm not going to bother linking it in the description because I don't really want to give people free promotion, so to speak, because I don't know the guy, I don't know his story. It's more obvious than anything that it's bullshit, so I just don't see the point in putting it in the description. If you really care enough to look it up, you can easily Google it and easily find it, like I did. But supposedly he got a cassette tape and brought it back from the guy that supposedly took him into this parallel universe and was going to send him back to this universe, to this reality, so to speak. And supposedly he got it, and it's called, oh my god, what is it called? I can't remember what the cassette is called, but anyway, and basically it's supposed to be this music that they recorded, but never recorded in this reality, but recorded in this other reality. And I started listening to music, and all it is just remixes of music that already exists here. So that's a fucking straight out lie. So that already pretty much tells me that the guy's full of shit. Which, I'm not gullible. I wasn't born yesterday, obviously. Anybody that claims that they visited an alternate reality is obviously full of shit, and they're not telling the truth. So you don't really need to have actual proof to prove that they're lying. It's pretty, obvious. But I listened to the music, and all it was remixes of Beatles songs you already know. But another thing he said that just didn't make sense to me is that their ketchup was purple. Why the fuck would their ketchup be purple? if it's ketchup. I mean, ketchup's ketchup, right? Tomatoes are tomatoes. In any reality, I mean, I guess maybe in a different reality they have tomatoes, but maybe they're different colors. I mean, hell, maybe there's a reality where tomatoes are black. I don't know, but I don't want to get too much into this guy's story because it's not what this video is. This not what this video is concerning. So parallel alternate realities. Do I believe in them? I think there is a possibility it could exist. This one's kind of hard for me because I don't like to discredit anything. I'm not what you would call a skeptic, to where I just deny or doubt stuff, just boom boom boom, like, oh, unless I have actual proof I can't believe it, which I don't really understand people like that. But skeptics can't help how they think, just like people like me can't help how they think. Like me, I'm very open to a lot of stuff, and this is a very cool topic, and I would very, very much like it to be true, because I mean, it would be really cool to be able to go in between realities. I mean, imagine a reality where some of the biggest events in our history have never happened, like the 9/11 attacks. Imagine going to a reality where that never happened and the World Trade Center towers still stand. Imagine going to another universe where some of the greatest celebrities out there that ever lived, that died in our reality, weren't dead in that reality. Such people like Lane Staley from Alice in Chains, Kurt Cobain from Nirvana, Chris Farley, John Belushi, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on about people who you would possibly be able to see, communicate with, and see him and watch in person and listen to music that they never got to release in this reality. It is a cool idea, but I mean, it's almost as taboo as thinking about time travel, which I've covered. But I would say this is more hard to believe. I think time travel would be a little easier to believe, because at least with time travel, it's just going back in a reality that has in fact 100% existed. That's like if today, March 2nd, 2014, today, I wanted to go back to March 2nd, 1994. That would make more sense, because March 2nd, 1994 existed at one time, and now it's in the past. Or if I wanted to go to March 2nd, 2054, I wanted to go, way in the future. That is a little more believable, so to say. So, my opinion on it, maybe. I don't really have much of an opinion on it, because I haven't really seen. I mean, it's more hard to believe for me. I'm kind of torn on this one. I mean, usually I like to give a solid opinion on it, but this one is just kind of up in the air for me. So, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think a parallel universe and or a alternative reality is real? And if so, what kind of realities do you think are out there, and which would you want to most visit? Like, and when I say which one would you most like to visit, I mean, which reality would you be most interested in, like, having what certain big events never happened? So anyway, guys, this is Z. Keith Carnes. I hope you enjoyed the 28th episode of Is It Real? I will see you guys whenever I make another video. Thank you very much for the support as usual, and I will see you guys in the next. Thank you for viewing. Once again, this is Z. Keith Carnes. See you in the next. Peace.